Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the third episode of my top 15 at each position here in the NBA, and today we are doing our top 15 small forwards. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the first two, the point guards and the shooting guards. Unfortunately, I'm going, well, I guess fortunately for me, I'm going away for 10 days, but unfortunately, I had to do all these pre-recorded, so I can't see your guys' comments in real time, so hopefully you guys did enjoy the first two. I already did the disclaimers in those two. I've already actually recorded the power forward and center videos, so I did the disclaimers in those, but I'm going to do them again. These are just my opinions. I'm no expert. This is just my top 15. You guys are probably going to have a top 15. It would be really rare if you had the same top 15. So please, let me know in the comments. Don't just immediately drop this dislike. Get all your hate out in the comments. If I really put like your favorite player or a player you think should have been way lower, let me know in the comments. Don't do it by dropping a dislike. Also, I did ask in the first two episodes or the first two videos, could we maybe hit 1,000 likes? It would mean the world to me if we could hit 5,000 likes in these 5 videos, like 1,000 for each video. That'd be so cool. But yeah, for something that's not like a rebuild and there's something different. Also, this is just overall fully healthy. It is not based off this season. This season does have a big consideration or a big impact into my rankings, but this is just overall who I'd rather have perfectly healthy right now. So coming in at 15, a guy that I probably had at like 6 last year. He would have probably been like 7 or 8 coming into this year, and he's dropped to 15, and that's Gordon Hayward. He's averaging 10.5 points a game, 3.3 assists. He's coming off the bench for Boston, making $31 million a year. I mean, he doesn't look like he's that much like slower, I would say, from his injury. Obviously, he's playing with Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Marcus Morris, Terry Rozier. He's not going to score 20 points a game probably like he did in Utah, especially since now he's coming off the bench. You can see though the injury has affected him though, but he has showed flashes. He's had a couple, I think he's had one 30-point game off the bench. I don't know if he's had another one. It doesn't look like he's improving that much either. In his last 10 games, he's only averaging 9 points on 34% shooting. So we'll see where he goes from here. He's going to come in at number 15 for me. Coming in at number 14, kind of a lot lower than I would expect him to be, but he's having a down year this year, even though he's still really an efficient player, and that's Otto Porter Jr. Someone who's making a boatload of money. He's going to come in at number 14 here. I actually kind of previously had him at 12, but I bumped it down. He's averaging 11.7 points a game, 5.5 rebounds. In only less than 30 minutes a night. He's only taking 9.5 shots a night, but he's averaging, or his field goal percentage is around 48%. He's a really good defender, Otto Porter. He's an efficient scorer. I don't think we can ever see him as like a 18, 19, 20 point per game scorer in his career after being the 3rd overall pick in the 2013 draft from Georgetown. Probably the last solid player to come from Georgetown, I feel like. I could be wrong though. But yeah, he's averaging 7.5 points in his last 10 games. I mean, not saying that's like a decline or whatever. I'm just saying that's just kind of like a weird part of his season. He's only a 10.5 point per game scorer for his career. Hasn't really averaged more than 2 assists. He is averaging a steal and a half a game, which is pretty good, and less than a turnover, which is really solid. He's going to come in at 14. I kind of wanted to put him higher, but he's got to do a lot to get up higher on my list. Coming in at number 13 is somebody that, honestly, I don't even think he would have cracked my list going into the year. He is playing really good, and that's Danilo Gallinari, former Knick. I don't know it's because he's taking 5.5 threes a game, and he's averaging 46% from 3. He's averaging about 31 minutes a night. He's taking about 13 shots, 46% from the field. He's got a higher 3-point percentage than he does field goal percentage. That's nuts. 19.5 points, 6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, shooting 92% from the line. Gallinari, he's killing it this year. I really didn't expect him to be this good. I kind of really didn't like that trade at the time, or the sign-in trade with the Clippers, because he's making, what, like $22 million a year. It's a lot of money, but Gallinari is killing it this year. He's killing it offensively, and he's going to come in at number 13 for me. Now, honestly, you could put him above the guy I'm about to say at number 12, Andrew Wiggins. He's played better in his last 10 games. He's averaging almost 20 points a game over that stretch. He's averaged almost, he's a little bit above 19 points in the month of December. He's actually played better when they lose than when they win. But he's, if that makes any sense, or he's at least scoring better when they lose than when they win. But he's averaging only 16.6 points per game, 40% from the field, and 35% from 3. He's taking about 15 shots a game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Not really much outside the scoring. Over a steal a game, though, which is pretty solid. He's an inefficient player. A lot of people like to call him overrated in the NBA, obviously because of his contract, and he was supposed to be the next great NBA player after being the #1 overall pick out of Kansas, when his counterpartner Joel Embiid, or his teammate from college, is doing a lot better, and he sat out for 2 years, and he was the #3 pick in that draft. But yeah, I'm gonna have Andrew Wiggins at 12. If you want to say Gallinari is better than him currently, that's okay by me. You don't have to comment that. I will agree with you on that. I just think Wiggins right now, I'd probably rather have him. I don't know if that age is going to come into my head, but yeah, I'd rather have Wiggins probably right now, but Gallinari's killing it this year. But Wiggins, he's not doing terrible this year. Obviously, not living up to his contract. He's playing more like a $10 million player than a $30 million player, but we'll hope he can just maybe get better, and maybe towards the second half of the year, he can actually average a consistent over 20 points a game. Coming in at number 11 is my UNC boy, Harrison Barnes. He's averaging 18 points on the season with 4 rebounds a game. He's shooting 42%, 41% from 3. Still a really good scorer. Obviously, with Luka Doncic, he's not going to be... I believe he's averaging more points than Luka Doncic, I think. Or it's just a little bit below Luka's average on the season. But he's still one of the best scorers on the Magic. Still a really good player. Obviously, he got paid a lot of money when he left Golden State. He's still very young. He's only 26. We probably haven't even seen his prime yet, and he's an 18-point per game scorer. I wish he could do it a little bit more efficiently, but shooting above 40% from 3 is pretty solid for him. 42% from the field is not the best this year. He's a career 44% shooter. Would like to see maybe get up to like the 44, 45 range, but the 41%, almost 42% is pretty solid for 3 when he's a career 37% shooter. Now, he's going to come in at number 11 for me. I think I originally had him at number 10, but I swapped him and the guy at number 10, who is going to be Robert Covington. Now, obviously, I preferred Robert Covington's defense, or I prefer Robert Covington's defense over Harrison Barnes' offense. That's kind of why he's above Andrew Wiggins, Otto Porter, Gallinari, Gordon Hayward, and Harrison Barnes. He's averaging over 2 steals a game and over a block a game, and he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. He was all defensive first team last year. Finally got the credit he deserved. I still didn't think he should have been all defensive first team. I thought defensive second team was more fitting, but still, nonetheless, the dude was elite defensively last year, and he's proving that this year as well. He's shooting 37% from 3, which is horrendous, and he's kind of proven to be one of the better 3D players in the world, in the NBA. He's on a pretty solid contract. Yeah, he's averaging just about over one turnover a game. Still, like I said, 37% from the 3 on 6 threes a game is not bad at all, and he's killing it defensively. That's why he's coming at number 10 for me. So now we're cracking the top 10. My number 9 spot belongs to TJ Warren. I would honestly say TJ Warren might be the most underrated player on this list. Maybe one of the most underrated players in the NBA. He's averaging almost 19 points a game on 50% shooting and 43% from 3, which is really solid. Also shooting 80% from the line, so that's really good. And I don't know, I feel like TJ Warren has been really underrated this year. He's averaging 20 points per game in December, which means he kind of can get that up to 20 points a game. He's definitely the second, I think he's the second leading scorer. I think he's averaging more points per game than Aiden. I believe Aiden's in like the 16 range, and obviously Devin Booker's the number 1 on that team. So TJ Warren, playing about 31 minutes tonight, is that clear number 2 of a scorer. He's a pretty good ISO scorer. He's actually a really good post scorer as well, and yeah, he's going to be taking that number 9 spot on my list. Alright, here's where it's going to get interesting. Number 8 is going to belong to Jason Tatum. Now, Jason Tatum is one of the best young players in the NBA. He's actually killing it as of late. He's averaging 17 points this season on 45% shooting. He's a 41% career 3-point shooter in only 2 years, because this is his sophomore year. He was one of the best rookies last year. He was probably the second best in that class behind Mitchell based off last year's numbers. I'd rather have Tatum for his career, and then obviously like Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year last year. But yeah, Tatum, one of the best young players in the NBA. The dude is 20, and he's a top 10 small forward. I would say the next 2 people I named, I didn't think were going to be above him going into the season. I actually had Tatum at 7, and I think I had Hayward at 6. Or no, I had Tatum at 6, Hayward at 7 going into the year. So these 2 players leaped them so far in this year, so we could definitely leap them back. But I think those 2 are kind of deserving being above them right now, like they're playing right now, and Tatum's 20. The dude is 20 years old. I know people like to joke about that, but give him 5 years. He might be number 5 on this list. It's kind of hard to crack the top. Actually, 5 years, LeBron might not even be on this list. So, or LeBron might not be top 5 in 5 years. Okay, when he's 39, I don't think he's going to be like what he's doing right now. I'm sorry, LeBron fans. But yeah, Jason Tatum's going to take my number 8 spot, and the top 7 gets pretty interesting. So number 7 is probably the guy that's making the most noise in the league as a rookie, and that is Luka Doncic. Yeah, Luka Doncic has made probably the most noise as a rookie. Like I said, he's 19 years old. He's kind of a pro low-key. He's been playing professional overseas in Spain. He's from Slovenia. He's averaging 19 points, 6.7 rebounds, 5 assists a game on 42% shooting. Not the best, but that's still pretty solid as a rookie, and 35% from 3 as a rookie. He's shooting the ball almost 15 times a night, 77% from the line, and he is getting to the line almost 6 times a night, which is really impressive. His last 10 games, he's averaging 21 points, so it's not like that 19 is based off like a hot start. The dude is still playing really well. He's honestly turned into one of the more clutcher players in the NBA, which kind of gets him this high on this list. And yeah, I know a lot of casuals are going to be mad about my 6th pick here being over Luka, but I think Luka is deserving of the 7, and I think these 6 guys, you can make an argument for him over 6 right now, definitely in his career, because Luka's only 19, so in 4 years from now, Luka could definitely be in the top 5. But right now, I don't know. I have the 6th guy over him. You'll find out in a moment. But yeah, Luka, he can play also a lot of positions. He can play point guard. He can play shooting guard. He can play small forward. He can play power forward. He's a really good passer for a small forward. He really doesn't play a position. He just plays anywhere. So yeah, he's going to come in at number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 6 is probably one of the more underrated players in the NBA, and that is Khris Middleton. Now, Middleton hasn't played that well as of late. In the month of December, he's only averaging 13.7 points per game, but he's on a season average of 17. He's shooting 36% from 3 and 40% from the field. He started off really good this year, like really good. He also ended the season really strong last year. I think right now you're telling me in a game, I think I'd rather have Middleton. That's kind of where I'm putting this at, but obviously Luka Doncic is 8 years younger than Middleton. I think he's like an inch behind him. Like, if Luka keeps putting up these numbers and Middleton kind of struggles a little bit, Luka's right above him. Tatum's probably right above Middleton too. Middleton has been in a little bit of a slump, but I still think he's one of the best players. Not one of the best players in the NBA, but one of the best small forwards in the NBA. Definitely the 2nd best player on that Milwaukee Bucks team. And yeah, he's going to take my number 6 spot. I know that might get a lot of Luka fans mad, but yeah, he's going to take that number 6 spot. Now, the top 5, I feel like everybody should have the same top 5. You might have 4 and 3 switched, but the top 5 is pretty easy to figure out. Now, number 5, I have a guy that's an MVP candidate this year, Paul George. He's killing it this year, averaging over 26 points per game, 45% from the field, 39% from 3, 8.5 rebounds, almost 4.5 assists, 2.2 steals a game too, which is really good, just under a little bit under a block a game. He's getting to the line almost 6 times a night, playing 35 minutes. He's killing it. In the month of December, he's averaging 31 points. So, yeah, Paul George, I think he's the 2nd best perimeter defender in the league. I would say Kawhi's 1, he's 2, or he's at least top 4. Like, I would say it's like him, I mentioned this in the shooting guard video, him, Butler, Kawhi, Roberson. I don't think it's Draymond really anymore in that like elite category for perimeter defenders. But yeah, he's one of the best in the league, and he's going to take my 5 spot. Probably the 2nd best defender in the top 5, I would say. Or you can make a good argument for maybe one more other person. But yeah, I have Paul George, who's one of the best defenders in the league, one of the best two-way players in the league, and he's absolutely killing it offensively this year. That Nets game alone should have him in the top 5. The dude couldn't miss. He literally just couldn't miss. So yeah, he's going to be number 5 on my list. And 4, 3, 2, and 1, you guys should know those 4 players. You should know who 1 and 2 are. 3 and 4, you might have switched, but you'll hear who I have. At number 4, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, Giannis, I'm going to have as a small forward. The dude plays power forward. The dude plays point guard. The dude plays shooting guard. The dude plays center. The dude plays everywhere. He's got a 28.5 PER, which is insane. He's averaging 26.5 points a game. Almost 13 rebounds. Jesus. And almost 6 assists a night. He's shooting 58% from the field. Dude is dominant inside. Doesn't really have an outside range or jumper, though. That's kind of why I have him at 4. If he developed maybe a good jumper, I'm okay putting him over Kawhi, who, yeah, I do have at 3. But Giannis, he's shooting 12% from 3. He takes about 2 threes a game, and, yeah, he makes 0.3 of them. So that's not very good. But the dude is dominant. The dude could literally put up 40 points a night if he wanted to. He's a freak. The dude needs one dribble from half court to get to the rim. It's insane. His wingspan. The dude is dominant, one of the most dominant players we've ever seen, and he's only 24. He's only 24, and he's one of the best players in the NBA. And yeah, he's going to take that number 4 spot, and I could definitely see in 2 or 3 years him most definitely getting into that top 3 with ease, maybe cracking the top 2. Now at number 3, I did spoil it. It is Kawhi Leonard, the best perimeter defender in the NBA. He's averaging 27 points a game. He's shooting almost 50% from the field, almost 38% from 3, 85% from the line, getting to the line 7 times a night, 8.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and the dude is not cocky at all. I love me some Kawhi Leonard. I think he's oh my god, he's so good. He's almost a 27 PER. Just because he was injured all last year, people kind of wrote him off. They had Harden better than him. I think he's better than Steph Curry. I know. I value defense a ton, and the dude's the best defender in the NBA, perimeter-wise. Obviously, not going to be the best inside defender, because that could go to Embiid or Gobert or Anthony Davis. But Kawhi Leonard's something else, man. Yeah, people hated on him because he was playing Fortnite instead of playing the playoffs. But nah, he was seriously injured, and that's why he wanted out of San Antonio, and he's killing it in Toronto in Nick Nurse's system, who could be coach of the year, or should be coach of the year as of now, but that's off topic. Yeah, I think Kawhi Leonard is the third best small forward in the league, and he could probably be the third best player in the NBA, I think, if number 1, number 2, and number 3 are all small forwards, and you kind of know who the top 2 are going to be. Kawhi's insane. The dude's insane. Best two-way player in basketball, and what I love about him is he's not cocky. He's not really, like, he'll dunk on you, and he'll just go up in the court and play elite defense on you. He won't celebrate. He won't taunt. He won't show off. He won't bark at the bench, Draymond. But, yeah, the dude's insane, and I love Kawhi Leonard, and I think he's most deservingly a top 5 player in the NBA and a top 3 small forward. So let's get in the top 2. Coming in at number 2 is Kevin Durant. Now, I do think Kevin Durant can take that number 1 spot in a year or two. I wouldn't say he's that far behind LeBron, but he's still behind LeBron. He's averaging 28, almost 29 points a game this year, 50% from the field, 36% from 3, over 7.5 rebounds, over 6 assists. The dude is insane. One of the best scorers, I think, one of the best pure scorers we've ever seen. The dude can shoot the 3, shoot the mid-range, attack the rim, score in the post, work the pick and roll. He's insane, work the pick and pop. He's so freaking good. He can score on anywhere on the floor, and he's dominant. If the Warriors didn't have KD and Curry got hurt, they would have probably had a losing record right now. He saved them in a lot of games. They're currently 11 games over 500, and yeah, he did struggle a little bit in that Lakers game, but mostly all the Warriors did. He's insane. He still had 21 points in that game, but he did shoot 5 for 13. Only took 13 shots. The dude is incredible. I don't care if you hate him. I don't care if you love him. The dude is the second best small forward in the league, and you can't deny that. If you're denying that, it's just because you're Cavs biased, or a LeBron biased, or Lakers biased, or Warriors biased. He's the second best small forward in the league. And obviously, the number 1 small forward in the league goes to Lance Thomas. Okay, obviously, LeBron James, I mentioned it. He's still the best small forward in the league. The dude just knows how to win, and he's not really a good defender anymore. He just doesn't want to play defense. I mean, sure, he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's 33. He's averaging 27 points per game as a 33-year-old with 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Still shooting 35% from 3, 51% from the field. The dude can hit threes from 45 feet from the field, and he can dunk on you with ease. It's crazy. He actually just got hurt the other night. I'm recording this on the 27th. He got hurt on the 25th. The groin injury, his first kind of injury in a while where he's going to miss a couple of games with. Durability can be someone's best attribute, and LeBron James just does it all. The dude, I really don't have to say much about LeBron. You guys already know how good he is. If you want to know how good he is, just go to Bleacher Report. They tweet about him like 8 times a night. So yeah, that is going to wrap up my top 5 small forwards. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you disagree with any of these, let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it if you guys can give me a top 15 list in the comments. I would love to read those. I'm going to read all the comments, and I'd be really interested to see your top 15 list. If you have somebody that didn't even crack my top 15 in here, let me know. But make sure you watch kind of like all the videos, because like I might classify somebody else as a power forward, like Tobias Harris I have as a power forward. You'll hear about him in the power forward video, and like you heard about Giannis in this video. I'm not going to classify Giannis as a power forward. So yeah, that's going to be for me though. Thank you for watching. Can we maybe hit 1,000 likes? I would appreciate that a lot. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the power forward video. Peace.